Shadow work doesn't have to be a long and complicated process. It could literally be like a moment to moment choosing of your behaviour. So for me now, I don't need to spend hours and hours and hours doing shadow work, and I'm quite in touch with the shadow parts of myself. I've very much alchemised the shadow parts of myself, and I just want to share like an in the moment thing that I do. So one of my shadows is impatience. And I always talk about with my clients the gift of our shadows. There is always a gift in our shadows. So my shadow side that is impatient, and if I'm not aware and I'm not conscious of this impatience, I can start to get angry, I can start to get frustrated, and I can kind of project this impatience on others. And this can make me quite frustrated, quite angry, and a not very nice person to be around. Also not particularly supportive of people that move a little bit slower than I do. So it's something I'm very, very aware of. But the gift of that shadow, and because I've integrated that shadow, because I'm like fully aware of that part of me and can love that part of me, what I see in that as a gift is that I get shit done. So if I'm on a project, if I'm navigating something in my personal life, like whatever it is, I am getting shit done, I am taking the action, and I'm a great person to get stuff done and get stuff moving, because there is a gift side of that part of me that is impatient. And that part is also that part that can kind of zoom out, see the bigger picture. I'm not like a very detailed person, so I don't get lost in the detail, I don't get carried away in the detail of a scenario. I can zoom out and I can go, right, I can see where we need to go, I can shortcut this process for you, and here's where you're headed. So what I notice in myself is when that impatient comes up, I simply ask myself, how do I lean into the gift side to give that part some space to express that in a way that is useful to me and others, rather than kind of unconsciously just getting angry and impatient and frustrated with other people and situations and trying to like over control. When I'm too far in this energy, I start to over control, I start to try and fix others, I start to get angry, I start to get like, why is this just bullshit, why isn't this happening? I can kind of get into that energy. So by being so in touch with and loving these shadow parts of ourselves, we can then also see where the gift side of that is and know where to lean, know what action to take based on that in any given moment. So shadow work does not have to be long-winded and complex. It could just be going, there's that shadow part, what am I choosing today? What am I choosing in this moment? What am I choosing in this interaction? It doesn't have to be long and complex.